God damn it. Ah, da 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 da. Love this game. Love internet. I love the internet. The internet is really cool. Oh, the internet. I am back at least. Ladies and gentlemen, if you come here after watching the previous part, I am now here after a technical difficulties. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Welcome back to the video game, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize very sincerely. I do apologize about that. That was all me. Do not worry about it, guys. That was not you. That was all me. I guess that my internet just went down for like a fair bit. I almost reconnected. There was like a second. There was a millisecond of reconnectivity, but then it went back down again. Nice boat. Game restart. Also, welcome back, guys. Thank you for coming back. Yes, my fault. Nice boat. Let's hope it doesn't do that again. Listen, if it goes out again, that's just what happened. Yeah. That's what happened. Is that a Hoyoverse account? I'm ashamed to admit it. It isn't, so I do apologize. Actually, that's such a limiting factor, isn't it? Yeah, this isn't a Hoyoverse account. And that is something that I realized earlier, or not earlier, sorry, early in my kind of playthrough of Honkai. A fair few hours in, that I'm playing through Steam, and it's not a Hoyoverse account, it's a Steam account. So if you are on a Hoyoverse account, you probably can't add me in any way. I'm on the global, I guess. But yeah. That was a bit of an oversight on my part when I started playing the game. I didn't think I would get hooked on it and want to play it every day. So yeah, that's one thing that you'll have to take into consideration. And there's no kind of like transfer thing, because I do have a Hoyoverse Honkai account. I have played Honkai on a Hoyoverse account, my Hoyoverse account. I think the net's just gonna be really bad for today, guys. It's actually gonna be a... One second. Is it, Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Let me do this. Let's restart Honkai really quickly. Let's restart Honkai really quickly, just to get a fresh load of it. Essentially, they said need to binding your Hoyoverse account or not your account is bye bye. Well, the thing is, you can't really connect it to your Hoyo. Like, I didn't look at it too extensively, but I probably should have. But I will. Windows noise coming. Apologies. Can't help it. I will look into just connecting something to something, but it should be fine. And if I lose progress, I'll just sue him. It's okay, Evan. Just know that if you get attacked by people on Twitter, just said your audience is are mostly minorities from C. I will. Thank you. I will do that. I will use you guys as an excuse. That's how I win. That's how I win. That is how I achieve victory. Excuses. Yeah, just link your Hoyoverse account. It's a bit more complicated than that, because in the Steam description, not description, sorry, but the, like, kind of the Q&A for the Steam version of it, they do say that there is you can only go onto the so I can only play on global as a Steam player. And what else was it? There's a few other things, like you can't do certain things. You can't connect to Hoyoverse or something along those lines. But I'll look into it after. Don't you worry about it. I'll take a little bit of a gander, you know? I'll take a little bit of a sneaky peek at the situation. Address the situation. And I should forewarn everyone, if that does happen again, I'm gonna quit life. If I get DC'd again, I'm quitting everything. Insufficient onigiri. That's fair enough. The stream got cut off, said boy. Yeah, it did. It was on my behalf. I do apologize, my man. My net went down for like about 2 minutes or so, 2-3 minutes, and I had no idea why. And so had to restart the stream essentially, which means going to a new link, which is fairly annoying. So I do apologize about that. But here we are now, yeah. Sadly, YouTube streams don't let you continue a stream from a previous endpoint. That you have to restart it and go to a different link, which is a very annoying thing, but what you gonna do, eh? What you gonna do? But yes, welcome back, everyone. I do apologize again about the DC. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. And if it does, not my fault. Not my fault. Not my fault. I'm denying all fault onto someone else. That is exactly what I'm doing because I'm just that kind of guy. And I'll do everything else later. That's the wrong button. Let's press this one. Now we go into Elysian Realm. Now we start the grind. Before that, any plan for Genshin Monday tomorrow? Tomorrow is actually going to be something to do with, we're gonna, obviously it's Genshin Monday, so there's a lot of reset stuff for Genshin Impact, but we're doing the music. We're gonna do a lot more music. We're gonna get the 100% on all songs, kind of just like marathon. We're gonna, and I'm gonna just be looking for like other songs to play through the event. So the drumming event that everyone knows about that's happening in Genshin, we're gonna get 100%. On all difficulty, so we're going to go from easy, normal, and then pro. We're going to get 100% Kanoris difficulty rating on all of them. And then we're going to jump in and try to do some fan-made ones anywhere. And said boy, it's because I'm on a Steam account. It's something, don't worry about adding me. I totally forgot that I was playing on a Steam account. That's the reason you probably can't add me. Also, for the fact that you're on the C server and I'm on the global. But it's mainly to do with the fact that I'm also on the Steam version of Honkai. Which is, who knows if that's a pro or con anymore. Australian server is supposed to be EU, I guess. Yes, Australia is, both, well, it's the global one, EU and Americas, or whatever's. Anyway, let's switch over to chapter 2, which gives us, we're at 20%. 20% on chapter 2, alright, cool. Here we go. More Elysian Realm progress. Okay, story context is out the window because I have no idea where we left. Talk to Raven. I have no idea why we're talking to Raven. Oh. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll learn soon enough. Raven, what do you want from me? Oh, look at that beautiful lady. Woo! That's a pretty lady. Why are you here? Let me move myself so you guys can also read along if you so choose. I'm going to slightly minimize myself to about here. That's good enough, right? Let's make myself slightly bigger so you can see the name. But I'm big enough as well. Why are you here? Are you just a sim too? Oh yeah, is Raven a sim? I can't remember if this was addressed. Are you a sim too? Were you killed in action? Why don't you come closer to see for yourself whether I'm real or not? No need, why are you here? As a World Serpent agent, can you blame me for looking after an expiring junior member? I'm far more familiar with this place than you. I guess I don't know the prerequisites of entering an Elysian Realm, like canonically the story, but I happen to have some questions for you. You told me everything World Serpent agent was initiated here, which means you've been to the deep end of the Elysian Realm. Ah yes, that's what we're doing. We're trying to find the deep end. And we found Mobius. Now it's all flooding back to me. So we're trying to find the deep end. I'm asking everyone about the deep end. And they're all essentially summarizing it to don't go to the deep end. Which is not very helpful, but I digress. That was an idea at first, but there was never a unified standard for being initiated. I don't know about the others, but I used a trick. World Serpent is not that dogmatic. The important thing is to prove your worth. That said, I'd stay here for a long time and I have a lot of memories of this place. And I've talked about me. How are you doing here? Only a few faces. You mean the Manta soldiers? They're interesting characters. Made any friends? Did something happen in the outside world? I doubt you'd come here to say hello. Like I said, I came to make sure you're doing fine and that no one is bothering you. But I can see you're not welcome here. I guess I'll look for you when it's all over. One more thing. When you were trapped here, did it have anything to do with anomalies? Oh yes, and Klein. We met Klein as well, I remember now. You were blocked by the masked man as well. You were blocked by the masked man as well. No, not that. You met Klein, the manager here, right? In her words, certain anomalies have occurred in the Elysian realm. Klein, never heard this name. They have a manager? The anomalies here, I've seen a few, but I can't say for sure if they were kind you're talking about. How about this? I have nothing to do. I can keep you company. You're on vacation. Assisting an important asset of an organization isn't that valuable work. Shoot yourself, just don't get in my way. Anything you say, Miss Raiden. This is supposed to be the first time May met Raven in ER. I think it is as well. I think this is the first time I met her, but I think it's because I've played her in the Elysian realm as a character because I own her. I was confused as to the fact that, wait, you guys are just meeting now, but I've played her, and I just got muddled up a bit. I think it is the first time they are meeting. Let's talk to everyone's dialogue as well, though. I think this will be nice to have everyone's dialogue. So, about Divine Keys with Kevin. Story time with Kevin. Kevin, I saw another flame chaser wielding a divine key. Who was it? This is what happens when you don't do the story in a single linear fashion. Who was wielding the divine key? I think it was Fu? No. Yes. No? Your judgment of Shamash, Fu's Feng down, Eden's Star of Eden, oh, they all have one. Ah, fair enough. Su's Cosmic Juggernaut, 13 keys and 13 flame chasers. They're not connected. Divine keys cannot be wielded by normal humans, and Mantis soldiers happen to be the most capable of doing so. Even I was unable to unleash the full power of the 7th divine key before undergoing the surgery. Wait, Kevin was really strong before surgery? That's pretty pog. I know the price a mortal has to pay to lift Judgment of Shamash, but I wonder if there are ever any other divine keys once used by flame chasers, such as the an Abyss Flower. Isn't that the number 1? Or number 2? It's one of them. In our age, it's wielded by a mighty warrior whom you fought. So what? I feel like an idiot. Just curious about its previous wielders. I'm not sure whose hands it fell into for a long time. It was split into 2 parts and kept by 2 individuals. But in the beginning, it belonged to Elysia, the Abyss Flower, and she later returned it to the Moths. Why? She thought it wasn't cute enough, right? Correct. Uh-huh. I kind of feel like an idiot for not knowing who is the Abyss Flower user. Wait, that doesn't matter. If you forgot, Elysia did mention in lore-wise that we can use other Valkyrie because it's a part of our memories, and yet we only have 1 Kiana battlesuit and 3 Durandal. I see nothing wrong with that. What do you mean? I see nothing wrong with that. It makes absolute sense. This game makes perfect... Well, to be quite frank, there's own... Wait, you can't... Wait, isn't Herstra of the Void a playable one? I know Flame Sign, because it's right there. Flame Sign is, like, at the start. But isn't the Void Lady here? Infernorbo, Sentient, Spicy... I should know this. Oh, you can't use Herstra of the Void? I thought she was here. You can use Valkyrie Battle Strike, but you can't use Herstra of the Void? What? That doesn't make any sense. And yeah, there's like, yeah, Dia and Korra, Platinus Equinox, and then you have Gloria. Valkyrie Gloria. You have so many Glorias and Durandals, dude. What the hell? Sakura, about myself. Right, of course, it was me who told her. Otherwise, it would make Mobius 10,000 years to find it, but it never occurred to me that she'd send you there instead. She feared she'd freeze to death there. Calm down, Kelvis. We didn't extract any valuable intel from our investigation. Since when did you close this with Mobius Sakura? Wait, I forgot she sent you here. Save your breath, Kelvis. She's not here. I came here on my own. You love prying into people's past, just like her. But at least you're not as annoying as her. Just throw your questions at me, of course I might not answer any of them. The altar-like place, what does it mean to you? It was my home, my cage, my battlefield, and the origin of all my suffering, but it was nothing to me after I left. Fair enough, Kelpis was, Kelpis gives those fucking poor character vibes in animes. That's a very brutal thing to say, but he just gives that, like, the vibes of the character that's, like, super poor, but grows up to be super strong. fucking it. Fucking asshead. Let's use that, and let's use you. Let's chuck on Alicia, and let's chuck on Elf Lady. Go. Only that's why Mei kind of sus, because she remembers Durandal more than Kiana. True, that's why everyone hates Mei. You need augment, but it still makes... It still doesn't make sense to have a Sakura. Sorry, no, Sakura. It doesn't make sense to have a Mei battle suit that is like so insignificant, but then not have Herstra of the Void. Maybe Mei doesn't want to remember Herstra of the Void. Or maybe they do two different entities. Who knows? In burst mode, bombard. No. Where's the auto attack one? I like the auto attack one a lot. Finish your unleashes. That's the one. These things are gonna be super quick anyway, so doesn't really matter. Let's not get any of those. Abyss Flower wielder currently in the story-wise is Durandal. It used to be Cecilia. See, that's when I get confused, because I thought Abyss Flower. Oh, the Abyss Flower is the tree. What's the train? The train is Cosmic Juggernaut, right? The train is Cosmic Juggernaut, then. Yes? Ah, gotcha. I get all of them confused. It's the first few that I get confused. The other ones, I don't really, because they're a bit more distinct. But it's like Cosmic Juggernaut, Abyss Flower, Shamash. They're just like, I'm like, which one's who? Can't do it. My brain doesn't work. Let's go with this one. Cosmic Jug is a train. Oh, we can go with that. What the fuck is wrong with my cat? Yeah. And then Abyssal Flower is the tree that Durandal. Okay, the tree summoner. Okay, that's how I'm gonna remember it. The tree is the flower. And yeah, I got it. Yeah. And then Cosmic Juggernaut, because the train goes through space. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna remember it. The train goes through space, and that's why it's cosmic. And then the Abyssal Flower creates a big flower tree. Good memories, boys. Good memories. Reduce total damage taken. Let's go with that. I guess we'll go with that. That's pretty good. Very easy character, this Raiden Mei. I know Chinese. I'm a translator for Unreal. Oh, a translator. Epic. Ooh, epic. Nice. Ooh, we get double here. Honestly, with the amount of Asian content that I consume and Asian kind of not media, sorry. Yeah, I guess media, I'll say. Media I consume just in terms of like Korean, K-pop, Japanese anime, and just Asian video games I consume. I wish I knew just an Asian language, to be quite frank. I really do. I consume so much, just so many Asian created things. I wish I knew a goddamn any of them language. It'd be a nice perk. This one. We need Raiden Shogun to ride something in Genshin. Her breast sword trick is... I've never heard that be the case. Bruh, how on God does that become a thing? Yeah, listen, like the Raiden Shogun isn't riding any sort of dragon, and the whole pulling a sword out of her tits is getting a bit old, so let's kind of change it up, eh? You know, I'm in full agreement with you. I'm in full agreement. I think Raiden Shogun needs to start pulling other shit out of other places. Start pulling dragons out of her ass, why not? Actually going for, like, I think that is terrible. I think we should just level something up like this. Elemental Breach. I want to learn Japanese. I also would like to learn Japanese. I was watching a video earlier today about all of the Genshin Impact voice actors in Korean, Chinese, Japanese, and then English. And it made me want to learn Japanese because I really like every character in that game that is Japanese, except for, like, Arataki, I guess, but it just made me want to learn it. I didn't want to learn Chinese because I know that one's, like, ridiculously hard because it has, like, 7 billion letters. But, like, I was just like, oh, damn, if I just knew the language, like, I could, like, just let the dialogue play and know instead of having to read it. That'd be so handy. I want to learn all languages. Honestly, Trung, you got a very high aspirations there. That is a lot of languages. Seeing as I think Africa and Australia have, like... I think Africa and Australia have so many, like... Because if you're talking about actual languages, apparently, now I'm no knower of this stuff, but apparently Australia is, like, a few hundred languages in this country because you're talking about the indigenous languages, right? So that's a very high aspiration of wanting to learn all of them. But it's a good admiration, or a good thing to aspire to, is learning all languages. Consuming SP boosts damage, restoring, let's go with the consumption because I think costs a lot. This guy, I guess. 35 to 1k, where's the Discord server? Discord server's gonna be late. This Discord server won't be there on 1k. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. The minute it ticks over to 1k, I'm so sorry, but the server will not be ready. The chances the server's ready on 1k, literally probably 0. I'm so sorry. Dialect variation in language is a completely different thing. But the thing is, a lot of the Australian indigenous kind of like communities say it's a completely different language, you know, which I personally don't think it is. There's a lot of similarities between them, but they claim that it is very similar language, or sorry, very different language from each other. So you gotta believe them. You gotta believe them. Let's go with Elemental Breach, I guess. Well, do you have to believe him? Probably not. Oh god, why is it? What is that fucking graphic? I remember. Oh, this is like the weird zone, isn't it? French Venti exist? I want French Venti. Does he? Wait, I guess there is a language. Wait, no, is there a French Venti? Or do you want him to exist? It'd be kind of cool to get some more languages in Genshin. You'd think with the amount of money Genshin has, it could do a few more languages. Sweet Chickadee! Pray take my arrows, my flowers, and my love to loan the traveler. What's up? Tap attack after evasion. Max Hershot charges doubles and entering burst mode fully restores it in burst mode 75 Hershot per second. I guess Mitama? That would be pretty good. Yeah, where the fuck are... Oh, this is... Oh, I know where we are. We're in, like, the place with the thing. This is, like, the second stage of chapter 2, something like that. So if you're offended, but all Aussie sounds the same? No, it does. Absolutely. There's only one difference with Aussie, is that if you can have an Aussie accent, which is essentially what I have, or you can be a bogan, which is essentially a hillbilly of Australia. What you hear and how you hear me like talk, I am Australian accented, whilst there is worse than what I sound. My accent sounds atrocious. I will say this right now. I do not like the Australian accent a lot. But there is worse, and that's like the pure. That's the stereotypical Australian, sorry, which is a rather not an uncommon thing, but it's also not a very common thing. Let's go with that one, and then we get a Nexus, which is good. Suffering Mass. Let's reset that once and go for an Alicia on the right. Or a Kevin on the left. If you want to feel Honkai could use more dub languages, I think I would love to hear... Well, I think I said this a while back, but I think I would love to hear what voice actors they choose for the Honkai dub. The English dub, sorry. I would love to see which ones they choose. Because there's a lot of English voice actors out there, and not a lot of them would fit the role. Or maybe a lot of them would, but it would be like, some characters need specific things. Much like, you know, Raiden Shogun has a specific voice and it fits really well for English. Maybe not the same voice actor, but, you know, similar. I would love to see it. And if you want to feel free to search French dub Genshin Impact, YouTube, see the most popular video. It's cool, don't know if you've seen it already. I haven't seen it, to be quite frank. But if there's a French one, that's pretty cool. When I first watched you, I thought you were part Scottish. To be quite frank, never gotten Scottish, but fair enough. Fair enough. Elemental damage. Yeah, never gotten Scottish, but I thank you. That I appreciate you telling me that I sound kind of Scottish. I'll take that into consideration. Sometimes. Maybe never. Who knows? Your accent ain't that bad. I've met worse. Fair enough. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment as well. You don't want to continue. I need to charge my phony for a while. Be back for an hour. I had a feeling catcher. Welcome back, Faisal. Oh. Okay, relax. Relax, Natasha. Welcome back, Facial, rather. Yeah, a bit of a DC, I do apologize about that. Why are you here? Is my memory fooling me, or have I answered this question before? It can't be helped, everyone has to repay a favor. Sorry, my lady, I can't let you go deeper into the realm. Wait, what? World Serpent certainly has a unique way of looking after new members. I didn't lie to you, even now I'm here to protect you. I was hoping something would stop you, but then I wouldn't have to do it myself. I thought you'd just say you can't stop me. I guess I misjudged you. I'll just put it to someone thinks you've crossed the line. Someone thinks you've crossed the line. Cross the line? Looks like we defined the line very differently. I'm yet to get anything of value here. Who knows, I'm only carrying out the order. Maybe it's more about what you will see rather than what you've seen. The anomalies have created more uncertainties. Did you cause the anomalies? Funny you should think that. Yes, I'm getting you out of here, but I wouldn't use an unfamiliar method like that. Why don't you just go with me? Save us a lot of trouble. You know my answer. The reason I'm here is that Kevin has kept too much from me. True. If somebody's trying to stop me, then I'm right. I know I'm on the right track, which means you won't listen. Can't blame me. Going through the motions, you're sure that's all you're doing? The spot where Raven sat looked as if it was illuminated by a weak winter sun. And there was an unmistakable sound of ravens cawing. I don't really like the space, but I can't deny it's a good spot. A spot where I can find each other. The Divine Key and the Scepter of Duet. I wonder if I can hold my own against a Hersture. We'll find out soon. Why are we fighting each other? I'll just hit her with one of these. Yeah, sorry, Raven. I'm just gonna unleash hell upon you. Yeah, just don't worry about it, Raven. I'll just hit you with one of these. You're dead now. Yeah, goodbye, Raven. Yeah, we are progressing through here. Sheesh. Bro, what the fuck? And now they kiss! Now they kiss, dude! And what part of Australia am I from? I am from New South Wales, Canberra. I'm in the Canberra region, the shittest region in Australia to be quite frank with you, but that's where I'm from. Oh, I've missed this view. Since you weren't holding back, why didn't you use the Divine Key? As I said, I'm just going through the motions. I don't see the necessity of blasting you into atoms. And if I did wish to use the Seven Thunders of Retribution on you, I wouldn't have shown up that early. The one who thinks I've crossed the line, who is it? It never occurred to you that I just might be my excuse. I know how you do things, you like playing along, but you wouldn't have come here just to fight me. Now you're thinking. So who is it? It's Grey Serpent. And you don't even need to ask me why. You know how he is, and no one can get him to speak when he doesn't want to. But you might be able to infer some possible reasons, right? Or do you still have no clue what the Elysian Realm actually is? As far as I know, it's a part of Project Stigma. And that's why I agreed with Grey Serpent's decision in spite of our differences. Agreed! I don't know why Saya sent you here, but I doubt what the Elysian Realm has to offer has any significance to you. A facility built by Mantis soldiers that serves Mantis soldiers, or future Mantis soldiers. Mantis soldiers. I'll cut to the chase. The purpose of the Elysian Realm is to remove sort of limitation on those who carry stigmata. So you did reach the deep end of the realm. I couldn't tell if it was the deep end. When she decided to pass on the thing to me, I refused and left right away. So you were the one. You heard about me here. Kevin Sim mentions such a person to me, but why? If you'd seen what it's like to be with a limitation removed, you wouldn't ask this question. You'd become more like a monster than a soldier. I don't want that. Is she caring about us? Is Raven somehow trying to care about this? Someone else might find that powerful and desirable, but not me. I made up my mind when I first saw this, even before coming here. For me, living a good life doesn't include turning into something inhuman. You changed your mind and wish you had gone back with me at the very beginning. I don't care about that. I came here to see everything with my own eyes. That's all. I know it'll be all possible. Can we drop it now, Miss Raiden, or do you plan to have this attitude towards me forever? Nice. In chapter 16, their roles are reversed. Yeah, you right, you right. Yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. I stayed in Adelaide for 4 years studying. People are chill as fuck. Yeah. Well, that's most of Australia, but it's, yeah. I'd say Sydney's probably the worst place to be. I'll be here until I find it pointless to stay longer. I lost and I admit defeat. I'm heading back to the make report. Right, there's someone I need to find here. I might stay a bit longer, see you around. Fair enough. Yeah, most of Australia is chill, but like once you go to a few of the capitals, mainly Sydney and potentially Melbourne, it gets pretty crazy for some unknown reason. In terms of just like people's personalities. People just kind of not really chill that anymore. I can't help the countermeasure isn't working here. I can't stop a Hersher in this case. You're on your own now. Huh, you don't sound nervous at all. My gut feeling is that stopping her has never been your real purpose. I shouldn't have asked. I have some private business to attend to, so I might linger on in the realm for a while, see you around. Communication was cut off. Oh, you're back. How are things on your side? Not bad considering my opponent is a Hersher, he'll understand. There's something I meant to ask you. You said you once met someone whose limitation was removed. Was it another agent from the baptized ones? I didn't say that. Alright, he sent you here, so I guess it's not a secret. It was Saya himself. Ah, Saya himself. Kevin had his limitations removed. Kevin, huh? Growing up in the organization, I saw some things that maybe I shouldn't have, including his other side. His other side? You only saw the records, right? After all, it was just months ago when Kevin returned from the Sea of Quanta. Yeah, but what difference does that make? And it wasn't just records that I saw. What do you mean? After Saya's return, Grey Serpent offered him Chiyu's body to hasten his recovery. It was only for a brief moment, but the surge in power overwhelmed him. You saw him transform? It was only for a short time, and only part of his body changed, but you'll never see anything more dangerous and horrifying. That doesn't sound like the usual, Kevin. Maybe, but back then I only felt lucky. That I turned down the bounty of the Flame Chasers. If I'd crossed the line, I'd never be the same. Recovering his strength using Honkai Beasts. How much has he recovered then? Hey, Kevin's pretty cool. Kevin's a pretty big tough guy. Kevin's pretty tough. Let us use a different character. Let us use Raven. Because I just want to level her up in terms of the Elysian Realm thing. We're gonna do a normal one. Because they're like not too long, but also not too short. I met a few racists in Melbourne, but whilst riding the tram. Yeah, that happens. That happens in the major cities. That's probably why I hate them. I can't even remember how to build this character, to be quite frank with you. Automation. Yeah, that happens in Australia. I'm at a eco surgery thingy. Yeah. Kevin, what a guy. What a guy. He was baptized as a child, and then he got Chiyu. He got Chiyu when baptized. Very interesting. What a guy, what a guy. I'm back after some ER grinding. Welcome back, homie. Welcome back. You can just reach the 5th floor and just leave the ER, but that's not fun. That's nowhere near as fun as doing the whole grind with a character that you don't really know how to play. Surely it's a lot more fun to just randomly play characters and try to figure out how to play them. But I guess time is of the essence, some would say. To be quite frank, I might even do that. Only 5 floors? Sounds like a blast. Would be interesting if they include some sort of devour enemies mechanics in the game. You get stronger after devouring few mobs. Yeah, that would be actually pretty interesting. That definitely is it's definitely a concept used a bit more in something like a roguelike, the devour concept, but if they balance it and kind of make it work correctly, it can be really fun. Because I made the same suggestion in a Genshin Impact video about Hu Tao, how she could have like a devour, I didn't call it a devour, I called it a bit more of a consumption or CC by grouping enemies into her little ghost thingy. And she just essentially swallows them and like deals ticking damage. I had the same kind of concept. And if done right and balanced correctly, it can prove to be very fun and useful. So I do agree, they probably should do it, why not? I can only reach corruption. Well, I can only reach Inferno, I believe. I don't recommend rushing. The wait for new stories unbearable. Fair enough. To be quite frank, I do need to like get these characters up to the max level. So I probably won't rush it. Oh, Raven! You sly dog. The Raven combo is really fucking fun. Fun fact about an old dev stream, they're making Kevin's support attack skill for the player in ER. The dev said they typed the damage numbers, billions, in using their feet to show how OP he is. Listen, it's quite weird that Kevin doesn't give us that much damage, to be quite frank with you. I feel like Kevin should be giving us much more damage. And I feel underwhelmed by his support to my endeavors. I feel quite physically ill when I think about the man. The Honkai dev team seems really fun, to be quite frank. The Honkai dev team just sounds like a bunch of memers. They give me Final Fantasy 14 dev teams, like, vibes. Which is just a bunch of memers doing meme shit. I guess we're going for that, even though I don't want it. That's what we're going for. Then we go for this to not max level, I guess. Then we go this one, and then that's that. Kevin, Camille. Thanks to Crusader Signets, though, I get 55 million damage on my boss. Well, I get myself a solid 12,000. So I think I'm the winner here. I get myself a solid 12,000. Look at, oh my god, I love playing Raven in Elysian Realm. Outside of Elysian Realm, not so much. Inside, though, oh, get me in it. Get me inside Raven, inside Elysian Realm. Boost total damage, Elemental Breach. Let's take that one. And then we get another Kevin. Kevin. Nope, skip that. I wouldn't mind getting another one of these. If you have some time, might suggest you watch a video of 4 years of Honkai meta. Good insight on how Honkai meta evolves. I may have not watched that identical video in my own time, or that exact video, sorry, I should say. But I have watched a similar video. I think it was like a timeline of the strongest character in Honkai over the years. Not exactly like the meta video, but it was just the timeline of the strongest character in the game. It was very interesting to see that it's just always the newest Hersture for the most part. It's pretty interesting. Actually, I might even watch that. That's pretty, like, I'll be able to learn a bit of the meta and, like, what characters do, if it kind of explains it. I don't know if it will explain it. But I need to learn what a lot of characters do in general. Like, I don't know what Hacksaw Bunny does. I know she's good, but I don't know what she does. I don't know what, what's her name? Azure Imperia does. So I should probably do it, but time, you know? Maybe at the end. It's only applicable to counter-type enemies. Oh. And Raven in normal game just for support other fire character? Yeah, true. That's kind of sad though, because she's so aggressive in the story. She's so aggressive in the actual story. You'd think that she'd be an aggressive character. But no, she ends up being super puss. Mega puss, dude. I guess I'm going for that. Why not? Hersture Void has fallen from meta. She's only the only Valk that I fully geared. I have heard. Well, she was essentially the first Hersture to be playable, wasn't she? Not that it, like, kind of excuses it, but, like, that's why. Here it is, the one hit. Bam. Oh, no, he's not in the mist. Oh, this game is cringe. Come into the mist. Oh, you fucker. There we go. How much damage was that? 428,000. Nice. Final Echo boost. I know where this is going. Yeah, she's a very aggressive person, like, story-wise. She's very aggressive. Raven and E are crazy good. Raven ult, then weapon active, cause explosion, does so much damage. That's exactly what we're doing right now. Well, we did about 500,000 damage in that previous hit. And I think my Raven is okay built. She's got some pretty mediocre things, but it's exactly what we're doing, and it feels good. Even though I shouldn't be doing Eden, I'm still going to do it. Let's go with that. And then let's go with... Let's go with Mr. Bodhi, Suman. Suman Bodhi. There's been a lot of... Oh, oh god, is it happening again? Is the game dying? Are we disconnecting, boys? Is this the disconnect? Is this the second coming of the disconnect? I don't think so. I think we're good. I think we're good. Please restart. Don't ever tell me to restart. I'm gonna have like a heart attack from how many times it tells me to restart. To be fair, honorably, Hersture Voice was the best Valk by far and stays that way for like a year. And honestly, that's a fair enough thing. That's absolutely fair. I didn't know the exact time, which is a year staying the strongest. 10 out of 10. Why not? To be fair, obviously the first Hersture of chapters till Bronya came. True. Let's go for that one. To be quite frank, I think Honkai does like power stuff pretty well. Because the strongest character is usually the newest Herstja, right? That's kind of the vibe I get from Honkai right now, is that the strongest character is usually the newest Herstja. And Herstjas don't come out that often. So it's like, it's fine. A Herstja will stay the strongest for a while, and then another character will come in. Uh, 2017 equals void, or is it 2018? Oh, fair enough. Herstja came out once a year. If it's one Herstja a year, that's a pretty good ratio. That's, to be quite frank. It's essentially the same ratio as Genshin, right? Well, I guess Honkai is based on Genshin, but... Oh, sorry, Genshin is based on Honkai, but, still the same thing applies. One god every, or one Archon every year. They're usually really strong. Good, I don't mind. I think that's great. Reaching... Da-da-da. I think it was Dictum that was the best one, or the better one. Uh, 2018 Hov, 2019 Reason, 2020 Thunder, 2021 was Sentience and Flame Sign, and then 2022 we got the Herstja of Massive Penis, right? And that's where Kevin becomes playable, and all he does is he unzips his pants and he splits the world in twain. That's what actually happens. Write it down, boys. I made a prediction. He's gonna die in one hit. Watch it. Bam. Bam. And he didn't die in one hit, and I'm ashamed of myself. Yeah, that's my prediction on the next Herstja. It's Kevin, and he's just gonna unzip his pants. That's his ultimate. He unzips the pants and boom, splits the world in twain. Just waiting for Herstja of Eminence, or who's E? But who's E? Herstja of Egotisticality, Herstja of Erosion, Herstja of Eromanga, Herstja of Anglo End. Ah, yes, that's exactly where I was thinking. End. That's exactly the one I was thinking of. I think I said that one. He's out of the mist. No, he wasn't. We definitely don't want that Kevin Herstja. No, we do. We do. Don't worry about it. We do want that Kevin Herstja. Kevin unzipping his pants and the world just explodes. Pff, I want that shit right now. Please, hook me up. Hook me up! Get that Herstja in my party! Alright, that's that. I need, how many more levels? 15. 15 levels! Oh, God. That's fine. Who do we have to talk to now? Talk to Kevin and Mobius. And Klein! Oh, Klein! Let's go. Yes, man. Yes, man. We know. Listen. What can I say? Look at the man. Look at him. You see him? See that guy? This guy right here? See that guy? You know what's up. ... Ah, Kevin, I don't mind the others, but since when did you start giving me that look? I remember our relationship wasn't that bad, was it? You've changed, Mobius. Ah, you noticed. Am I a bit taller? Raiden May's the first Herstja to come to the Elysian Realm. I thought you'd show up before her, but you've waited this long. Why? Oh, Kevin, don't put it like that. Like I'm a little girl who couldn't resist the temptation of a new doll. For such a once-in-a-10,000-years opportunity, of course I will have to take some time to prepare. Otherwise, if something goes wrong this time, we'd be regretting it for eternity. I agree with you, Mobius. You are correct. Klein. My favorite character. Hi, Klein. Konnichiwa. Did I interrupt you? It's fine, I'm used to it. Doing my work while receiving instructions from the doctor about more work, that was my life. And now all I have to do is maintain the Elysian Realm, a much easier job. You say it's easy, but maintaining the Elysian Realm doesn't sound like a one-man job to me. Not to mention, it's a job that spans thousands of years. It's alright. There's always more work to do in the realm, and when you have something to do, time goes by faster. That is also true. So as long as there's a sufficient supply of energy, and even tens of thousands of years is just a brief moment. Tens of thousands of years, that's hard to imagine for a human. That's why the maintenance of the realm is done by an elf, me. Very adorable. This is also part of the work the doctor assigned to me. Klein, in all these years, you've never thought of leaving. You're not a sim like the Flame Chasers. Leaving this place shouldn't be hard for you. No, I still have important work to do. I can't rest now. But you've been working hard for tens of thousands of years. And I don't suppose there's an end to the maintenance of the Elysian realm. No, there will be an end. Dr. Mobius told me about that. There will be an end, I was told. And this is not what I meant by important work. Thanks, Klein, you're really useful. Really appreciate it. Oh, Eden as well are my favorite. You know what, I heard a few years back there's a backlash from Honkai fans when Mihoyo hinted at the idea of adding playable dudes in the game. Oh yeah, probably. If your game's kind of built along the idea that all characters are female, and the story indicates that it should be all female characters because of the whole stigmata thing, and then yeah, I can see the backlash being if it's story-wise connected. If people just don't want to play as a guy in a gacha waifu collector, they're just kind of idiots. Thanks to that, Adam is the only playable through AFO. Yeah, thank God for that, right? Thank God. Now we just need Lyle. And thanks to the records you gave me, Miss Eden, your voice has a soothing power that can help me relax. Thank you, Miss Ryden. That's what it's for, and it's my pleasure. Vinyl records, sorry. Even in our era, there are many music fans who prefer them. Miss Eden, I noticed something very strange. From what I know, the advancement of the previous era's civilization seems to be different than what I imagined. I thought it would be more developed and futuristic compared to our age, almost like sci-fi, but now it seems the technological advancement was limited to ways of fighting Honkai, and now in other areas it was more like an age I came from than I expected. As you can see, May, or Miss Ryden, I hate it when they say Miss Ryden, but then they say May. I'm not a fan of technological achievements, but I understand why you're so surprised. Honkai, it brought us never-ending war, and we would only be able to build a future after ending that war. Which is to say, at a certain point in time, the world of the previous era became a wartime society. We were all forced into sit in a war machine from which no one could escape. We were forced to listen to these mournful cries before it collapsed and witnessed everything we knew falling from it. Life was beautiful, but it slipped between our fingers. As for the similarities you mentioned, I'm not surprised. Even though they were tens of thousands of years apart, we still share some fundamental traits of humankind, and the existence of Project Ember must have contributed to that. Project Ember! Nice, another mention of Project Ember. But even I myself, I asked myself why the real Eden would choose to follow this plan. On the eve of civilization's demise, what changed Eden's mind? Or maybe she trusted her decision to a close friend. True. I agree with what they said. Let's change this to... who do I want to change to do? This guy, this can make it faster, but that's a long cooldown. What do you do? Let's go with you, I guess. I'm gonna go take a nap. Catch you later, Cares. Enjoy your nap, man. Enjoy. Well, back then, you're able to poke all Valks, so poking a dude might be too weird. Depends on how you view it. Because poking just a random female character is also very weird. Just a character's chilling on the screen and you poke them. It's also very weird, regardless of how you view it. The thing is, in Tier Themis, we still poke dudes there. Exactly, right? So it's still weird to just be able to poke the character regardless. But it's still a mechanic that you can add, and the interactions can be viable if you so twist it that way. Let's just try to get the big explosion one, right? Which is this one. The whole interacting with your characters on a player to character ratio. So you are the one causing them the reaction, or causing the interaction, sorry, is very much a dating simulator aspect. No one can really deny that. And no matter how you implement it, people are always gonna, in some ways, say, yeah, it's a bit weird. And for the most part, it is. Like, just having a character sitting on your front screen, you click on them, and then they have some sort of reaction. It can definitely be weird from time to time. Let's go with a reset. What's Tears of Themis about? I only know about it, but never seen the gameplay. I haven't seen any gameplay either, said boy. I have not seen a single ounce of gameplay, though I've heard that it's like a game. That's about it. To be quite frank, I'm not really that interested in another gacha game. I already have like 4 on the horizon. Or sorry, 3 on the horizon. Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, and then Tower of Fantasy. So I ain't got time for any more of those bad boys. Let's do one more reset. Let's see if we can get like Kevin. It'd be pretty epic if we did. Thank you. Instant Kevin. Deliverance. Massive damage. God, am I actually excited for Tower of Fantasy though. If you touch them too often on a secret area, the Valks just kick you out of the game. To be quite frank, it would be a very feasible way to actually alleviate the whole people being a bit weird thing. People being a bit too much kind of concept. People getting a bit too touchy with the characters. Hey, if you touch this, if you click on this character in this specific area way too many times, you actually just get your game launcher closed. I don't see a problem with that. Why not? Do it. Fuck the players. Respect the characters. That's what we're about here. Respecting characters. Nowadays, only the base Valks can have that type of interaction. Yeah, I think I have my Partafellos on the main screen because I just like Partafellos as a design, and I don't really see a need to click on it. Actually, what's this other one? Oh god, I need to exit. Okay, neither of those two. Let's see if we can get a Eden right here. Eden. Fuck. Oh, Alicia. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I have my Partafellos, and you can click on something, but also in general, I think the nature of the characters just have like an idle interaction. Like Partafellos will just like interact with Kanchan